Okay, we're going to do a teaching moment today. It's going to be about 10 minutes. The market has stopped because this is the day before, this is July 3rd, the day before the 4th of July, our country celebration. I got my little pumpkin there, the one this is Maya. I usually have Olivia, but Maya, we took a picture of her when she was younger, just coming home. And I like that picture. Um, but we're gonna try to get both of them on here at the same time. They both my little children, okay, my grandchildren, but they're my children. Okay, let's start. We're gonna since the market has stopped, but I want to show one that I'm really eyeing right now because they didn't do a reverse split, they did an offering, and um and I believe they won't do it the reverse split because they did some. I remember this one named GOVX, and it was back when it was a penny of a penny. And I made a little bit of money on it, but I kept losing a lot of money on it. But I think they're right down for us to really take a look at. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, I'm gonna bring up my tool called Simply Wall Street. Um, no, that's the wrong one. Let me go back and stop sharing. Let me do this again. And let me share this thing again. This one right here is my tool. Okay, sorry about that. I'm in I'm in the Zoom. So this one is called GOVX, and GOVX is a clinical stage biotechnical company developed human vaccine for infectious disease, not on, against infectious diseases like solid tumors and some other things. You can see more detail because I'm gonna take my time with, and they in the phase two of some of this stuff. They did COVID, the HIV, chronic hepatitis, COVID-19, and they're in clinical stages for these others around here. But they are, Ebola, and they got really, they the the diseases of the National United States Defense Department and some of these institutes were incorporated in 1988 in headquarters in Georgia. Okay, okay, in Georgia. Let's go back up and look at the overview. Their progress to forecast to grow about 59% per year. Does not have a meaningful a market cap, and has less than 1 year and highly volatile. Yeah. So, but they're growing, but they are, right now they still, uh, it's not there yet. So when we look at this one, we, you know, it was at like $6 at one point back in October, or the same that this year, last year around the September time frame. They were about $6, and they just went slowly but surely. They started one, then they went down below. In July of 2005, we hit like 48, 46 cents. And I'm gonna show you that I bought some at 46 cents. And but I think this is not a good sign, but they got a lot of, you know, this is, they got this vaccine back in May 7th. They got this vaccine in the pipeline. So, I just wanted to show you some of the stuff they have in the pipeline that really is good for you to start investing in these guys. Um, but they're back in May. This is July now. They should have some more, but you can tell they did an offering, return on investment, and all this other good stuff. Um, Future growth, they got a positive in future growth because remember they're small. They're gonna grow, and that's what they said, they're gonna grow. And they right down here, almost the last on the food chain. These are these small companies. Price to sell, they ripe. They just did a $6 million offering, and ratio to industry. You know, GovOx is right here. price to sell, future growth. That's the trajectory, analyst future growth forecast. You can see all this earnings, sales, and you get a chance, look at these. It's very interesting. I can stay here for a while. But past earnings, they weren't there. They're not there. Past earnings. Okay, so now we're going to financials. They financials because they have to take offerings, they about a mixed bag. You got assets, but they got a lot of liabilities. They're trying to get rid of some of these infectious disease. So short-term liabilities do not cover. Short-term, they don't cover. That's why they had to do an offering. Debt equity, debt level. See, debt level, GOVX is debt free and reduced debt. Government currently has no debt. However, we can't compare. We can't compare to 5 years ago. Okay, but they have no debt today. That's why I looked at them too. Okay, runaway cash, runaway. They don't have that much left. That's why they did an offering and they went down from over $1 down to 46 cents. Stable dividend? No, they can't give away. They broke, but they need to get some of these pipelines out. David Dodd, he's an older guy, so he's really, they need to get rid of him. But I won't say that too loud. They need to get rid of him. He's been there a long time, and he's getting a lot of money for what he do. The CEO, David Dodds, makes, 600 and some thousand. That's not a lot of money. But he got 6 years, but he's a little older. Leadership team. The average age, so it's good. Average age about 60, bunch of old folk. Okay. Average tender, 12 years. Okay. These guys been buying. David, all of them buying something, putting their money where their mouth is. I like that. These recent insiders. He's David Dodd. He said, I'm gonna buy something too. You buy it, I'm gonna buy something. So I bought some. I bought 10,000 shares. Okay. General public on, and then there's still, I guarantee some of the big boys on it. Yep, Vanguard is on here and BlackRock is on here. I knew they were gonna show up when it comes to this kind of technology, this kind of life-saving technology. But Morgan Stanley came in and he really he put where his mouth, investment banking. He bought 120, 102,000. Okay, he put his money where his mouth is. And David Dodd, he came in and bought some more. So something's going on. Vanguard, he's top of the chain. He got at 125%. He got a lot. BlackRock ain't got as much, got 27,000, but these guys, ain't nobody selling. They just look at these are insiders and institutions. So I got to get in the game. I got to get in the game. I wanted to show you this. I'm trying to show some of my contractors we used to work with, and some that I'll be working with in the future. I'm trying to set a perimeter. I'm not a financial advisor, but this is how I make my decisions when I buy stock. Okay. And then the numbers you can see, GOVX is listed there. They're in Georgia, but you can see the trajectory of people. They got now 17. They started off with 6, but now they doubled the people. Okay. Smyrna, Georgia. Okay. To the Church of Smyrna. Okay. Okay. This is how we're looking. So let's go back and let's reshare. Let's look what we're doing. We're gonna get out of here quickly. I don't want to show you, but I want to really show you that. Okay, so this is my business side. I'm gonna keep business side in there. Then I got my high rollers. I'm putting some money, start putting money in there. I'm start selling some of these and put some money so I can make, I think we're gonna make something. Okay, Apple, Apple's Apple. Today Apple was Apple. GOVX, you can see I bought at 46 and 5,000. Then I bought over there about 47,000 in my other account. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Talk about that, a margin account. Okay, but right now, I bought at 46. GovX is 48. We got to understand this. Something's going on. Everybody's buying this one. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. So I bought 5,000, at 50 cents, 45 cents, 6 cents. You can't beat it. HCTI, I'm gonna leave my seed in the ground on that. I had 100,000, but I took it out because it's still moving slow. And I'm gonna check. Let me make sure I cut this phone off so I won't get disturbed. Okay. Um, HTC, I had 100,000, really had 200,000, but I want to use that money someplace else because right now it's not doing anything. Even if it do something, I still got 10,000 shares, and that's only a couple of $100. So I'll probably go back in and get at least 50,000 shares. Matter of fact, I got a little money there. Let me do this now. Let me go back in. Right now is yeah. Let me buy some shares. Let me buy about 40,000 after hours. And you see, that's how you do it. After hours, you go to extension and then you put it on where it's at. So it's cost me 50,000 shares, 40,000 shares cost me $1,000. So I want to at least have 50,000 on this thing. So, okay. Okay. I'll let that do what it do. Okay. Okay. And then I go down here to Microsoft. NVIDIA is up at 159. I bought it. Remember, I bought it at 98, and then I bought it on the other one. I bought it at 88. Okay. So that's a good price. I made $9,000 in NVIDIA. Should I take, my son keeps saying I should take some out. I will when it hit my 250. I'm gonna take a lot of it out. So 250 a share. Politar, I got 20. I can buy some more, but I'm not gonna buy any more Politar because it's too volatile right now. It keeps going up and down. That's 134 at 130. I bought it 129, it's 134, so I made a little money. Then SMCI did the same thing, bought it 46. It's now 48 something, but it's in the red. And then SMR. This is the one from Air Mobility. Surf Air Mobility. I just bought 100 of them at 294, and it's already up to 4 something. So I'm making a little bit of money, and it might have some news today. Then the AT&T, I bought 100 of those at 14. It's 28. So I'm making a little bit of money. And then Uber, my son talking about Uber. So I'm putting a little bit of Uber on there. I don't want to rush too much at Uber, but Uber look like they're trying to do something. They're trying to do something. So I got that in my portfolio. And so now let's go to, I usually have my personal side, but I put it up in uh, it's called a margin account because that way I can trade. If you got $25,000, you can trade all day long. You go back and forth. You don't have to get that 3 trade cash trade thing rule right here. You got GOVX over here for 5,000, but it looks like I'm losing about $7 because it's not. It's got 48 cents. It's 48 cents. This is 48 cents, but it's that 48 cents 15. This is 48 cents or one. That's why I'm losing $7. I mean, excuse me. Yeah, $7. I got 50,000. I got I got 10,000 of those, 5 here and 5 in my business side. HCMI, this is when that start growing, I can snatch it out. I don't have to play with it. IMV, that's that Israel stock. You can see it's at 50. It's right 144 now. Okay. So I'm up 187%. Okay. And then we have NVIDIA. NVIDIA here, I got $88. Now it's 159. So I got $10,000. So altogether, I got about $19,000 on NVIDIA. Ops, TT, we can see that still plugging away, but it still got making me a little money. You notice I got rid of VXRT because they get ready to go to the little league because they couldn't make the dollar threshold. They can make the threshold. They said you got to stay above that threshold. They couldn't do it, so they went to the minor leagues. Then I pick back up plug. Plug, I can't look like I can't resist. But plug is plug. It's 141. I ended up 145, made me $5. Then you got Sun, the same family. $10, $55 I made, you know. Oh no, not I didn't make it. It's marked at 55. And then it got 820 there. Okay. Uh hmm. Okay. And then we go down here to this is T-Mobile. And T-Mobile is, it's doing what it's doing. It went up to 240 and it's holding ground. This is 240.06 and this is 240. So when it's going to go down, that's okay. But it won't go down to 237 at this point. TTL, we do the TTO. This is one you should be buying. This is that one got septic, trying to cure from septic, whatever. But they right on it. They gonna have the testing gonna be part of the program, and when they get their MD, FDA approval, this thing gonna hit the roof. And you can see right now it's just a little bit, it's 8 cents and it went up to 14 cents. And look what you haven't done anything over here because I got to get that reset. So altogether, I made about $318. Uh, you can see that my deficit is losing. So, but we have a good time. So let God bless you, God keep you. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Okay. Let the words of my mouth meditate in my heart be accepted in your sight. And God bless you. God keep you. God cause his face to shine on you and give you peace. Now, we're going to try this again Monday because tomorrow is the holiday, the 4th of July holiday. And then the market be open or, Monday, for extended around 7 o'clock for those who want to do extended trading. And we have it going on. We'll talk about it. God bless you. God keep you. God cause his face to shine on you and give you peace now and forever. And now I'm getting ready to shine off in Jesus' name. Bye-bye.